Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, it's good to be here today. Today we're gonna read presentation to you about maritime logistics. Before that, let me introduce to you our group. We are group 5. There is NURUL RAHMAWATI, Muhammad Asmi, KAMASYA MITAGARINI, NABIEL FAUZAN, and ANANDA RIZQI SANTOSO. Okay, let's start the presentation. What is the maritime logistics? Maritime logistics cover the entire subject area and cover the latest logistic development in the ship and port shipping industry. Why do we need maritime logistics? Maritime logistics is referred to as a process of planning, implementing, and managing of movement of goods and information involved in the ocean carriage. It also helps in the efficient import of higher group in the manufacturing, agriculture, and the service sector. So there's a table of function for the maritime logistic. The first one is main function for the shipping is moving cargoes between port. Port or terminal operating is shipping reception, loading or unloading cargoes, stevedoring, and connection to inland transportation. For freight forwarding is booking vessel and preparing for requisite document for ocean carriage, the trade on behalf of shipper. And there's supportive logistic activities function. For the shipping is documentation relating sea trade, container tracking and information flow, providing intermodal service. For the port or terminal operating is warehousing, offering distribution center, testing, assembly, repairing, and inland connection. For freight forwarding is inventory management, packaging, and warehousing. It can be said that maritime logistics is not concept that just show the performance logistic activities like a warehousing, in addition to the main activities like a shipping. It is concept with a broader philosophy which content integration, coordinating, value-added customer service, lower cost, higher flexibility, reduced response time, and the higher quality. Now, continue to the another subtopic.
Transportation and traffic management. Transportation is the operational main activity in the maritime logistics. Because of its fundamental importance, all decision makers have directed significant attention toward reducing costs of transportation. Economies of scale benefit and reduction in unit cost can be achieved by carrying high volume of cargo in one voyage. Maritime transportation can be classified into three types: industrial, tram, and linear shipping. Under this topic, we will notice three maritime transportation types in general. Point 1. Industrial shipping. Industrial shipping refers to the case where the cargo owner also owns the ship and aims to minimize shipping costs. Point 2. Tram shipping is a kind of shipping which in the long run does not have a fixed itinerary and which carries mainly bulk cargoes over relatively long distance and from one or more ports to one or more ports by any vessel with a tonnage of 5,000 dwt or above. There are three main categories of bulk cargo carried in tram shipping. Point 1. The five major bulks is iron ore, coal, grain, bauxite, or alumina and phosphate rock. Point 2. Minor bulks is agri-bulks, fertilizer, metals, minerals, steel, and forest product. Point 3. Liquid bulk is crude oil, petroleum products, and liquid chemical cargoes. Point 3. Liner shipping is liner shipping over a special service for the shipper who prefer a constant rate rather than a fluctuating market rate. Liner shipping specializes in the transport of small cargo parcels, which do not fill the hold of a ship on regular service. The main classes of cargoes in linear shipping are lost cargo, container cargo, pelletized cargo, prison cargo, liquid cargo, refrigerated cargo, and heavy cargoes. Maritime logistics versus maritime transportation. Concept of maritime transportation, the process of carrying and handling cargoes across the ocean. Concept maritime logistics, the process of planning, implementing, and managing the movement of goods and information involved in ocean carriage. Point 2, focusing point of maritime transportation. Maritime transportation emphasizes individual function relating to sea transportation. Each function pursues its own aims or competitiveness. Focusing point of logistics. Maritime logistics is a concern with not only individual function relating to sea transportation, but also an effective logistic flow as a systematic entity of the logistic integration system. Point 3, managerial function. Managerial function of maritime transportation, sea transportation activities, contracting, shipping, sea voyage, moving cargo, and loading or unloading. Managerial function of maritime logistics, sea transportation activities, contracting, shipping, sea voyage, moving cargo, and loading or unloading. Additional logistics service is stripping or stuffing, storage, warehousing, offering a distribution center, quality control, testing, assemble, packaging, repackaging, repairing, inland connection, and reuse. As seen in the table, while maritime transportation is just focusing on individual function relating to sea transportation, maritime logistics focus on the effective and efficient cargo and information flow in the scope of logistics system. Maritime logistics does not only interested in sea transportation activities like shipping, loading and unloading, but also in value-added logistic activities like warehousing, packaging, repairing, stuffing, storage. Maritime transport operators are accordingly encouraged to keep pace with other logistic functions as a central member of a global logistic integration system.
A port is defined as any maritime facility that is operated on a commercial basis and has at least one or more wharves for docking ships. A port is composed of several terminals, or the terminals are components of a port. Seaports are the gate for foreign trade for the economy since they are the key point for the activities in maritime transportation. Moreover, they have become logistics based when many types of transportation are combined. These developments in functions of seaports lead to growing of ports operating as an industry. The costs of shipping depend also on the efficiency of the port of call. The modern port is a very busy place with many functions. The old days of the port being nothing more than a landing space for ships has changed. Even the ships themselves have changed. Some are for commercial work, others for military purposes, and some for tourism. The management of port logistics is therefore a very important topic for any industry player that wants to stay ahead of the competition. Let's just start with basics logistics. In order for a port to function, it must have these core services. Among others are an administrative department that oversees everything, infrastructure and structures for landing, loading, offloading, and exiting, security installations for ensuring safety, emergency cover in case of a crisis, state-of-the-art communication systems to liaise with other sites, government and state installations such as customs and immigration, a customer service center to deal with and process clients. One of the popular options is to use the port-centric system in which the contents of the container are offloaded at the landing site and then passed onto the inland destination. The pickup follows the reverse order with the goods being brought to the port and then packed into containers to go onto the vessel. Then, we go to the main activities of ports. The first one is pilotage. Pilotage is a service provided by a pilot with local knowledge and skills which enable him to conduct the navigation and maneuvering of the vessel in and approaching the harbor. And the second is towage. Towage is a service provided by tugboats which move larger ships that either should not or can't power themselves. And the last one is cargo handling. Cargo handling involves the movement of cargo in and around a port. This includes marshalling services like the receipt, storage, assembly, and sorting of cargo in preparation for delivery to a ship's berth, and stevedoring services are the loading of cargo onto and discharging cargo from ships. And the last one is a key stakeholders. In any arrangement of port logistics, it is important to ensure that all the stakeholders are involved. The main stakeholders include service providers, facilitators, operators, and end customers. The reasons for this involvement include the need for a buy-in and ownership of the port development process. It is also recognized that one stakeholder acting alone can't lead to change and improvements across all departments of the port. Therefore, a collective effort is needed to achieve this. The maritime logistics activity security also represents a critical variable in terms of competitiveness in the ports. In order to obtain secure ports, customs are willing to allocate the container flows through reducing of import or export documents and to permit the transportation of products and from ports under bond or in a sealed container. The security issue is directly related to the performance measurement of port logistics that all security conditions must be met and guaranteed in order for products to move unhindered within port.
Green Maritime Logistics. Green Maritime Logistics is an aim to enhance and a stable environmental performance in maritime transport supply chains, while at the same time respecting traditional economic performance criteria. In International Maritime Organization is an agency that maintains a comprehensive regulatory framework for shipping which includes safety, environment controls, legal matter and technical competence, and maritime security and efficiency of ships. Based on IMO Report 2012, sea transportation accounts for 5% of global greenhouse gas as GHG emission with a total of 20 and 31 million tons CO2 in 20 and 12. For making successful eco-friendly maritime logistics, important discuss should take that the decision going from being based upon economical parameter alone to taking the environment aspect into consideration basis in the decision on parameter related to emission. The main questions that try to find answer are estimation of emission, impact on emission on world climate, and technical means to reduce emission. Compass 2010 analyzed that there are three ways to reduce GHG emission: technical measure, market-based instrument measure, and logistic-based option. Technical measures are defined as use a more efficient option, such as eco-friendly fuel, energy-saving energies, vehicle capacity, air load, efficient propulsion, and ship mass. Emission trading and carbon leakage are the category of market-based instrument. Reduce peaks, optimum route, plan fleet, changing the number of ships, degree of utilization, specific air load are the some example for logistic instrument. Marine's air impact on the circulation environment include pollution from overseas fuels and lead-based equipment. There are major causes of noise and light pollution, severe traffic congestion, and solid and hazardous waste generation in school communities. SANTOS 2010 suggests that other port emissions are not significantly contributing to the overall picture on ship generation emission. It is important to note that the impact to shipping exhaust pollutants has a direct effect on the human population and building environment on many organisms, both on the transportation vehicle and material handling equipment show contribution to diesel engine. Bailey and Solomon 2004 argument that its emission control on ship sourced power for ship hull at dock and subsequent power must exist. Then the pollution of port will significantly reduce. Lalita et al. 2013 indicate the importance of dry port in the reduction of the CO2 emission related to the ship hinterland. Owen et al. 2015 supported with quantitative analysis the use of inland waterway in that also sea shipping in the order to reduce CO2 emission. The most important point is the limiting emission in one part of the intermodal chain may increase emission in other transportation models.
In today's competitive marketplace, managers got all kinds of tough decisions to make. As mentioned previous part of this chapter, maritime logistics is also very different from decision and planning perspective. There is a large variety in decision structure and operating environment in maritime logistics planning. Demand volume, ship speed, fuel consumption, equipment breakdowns, rate, cost, vessel size, due dates, weather condition, mechanical problem are the some important parameters which are associated with uncertainty. Like the other decision problem, maritime transportation problem can be classified based on planning time horizon into strategic, tactical, and operationing problems. The strategic decisions are long period decisions that relate with long-term contracts. The most important strategic decisions are the target market share, port choice, port design, ship design, select the trade lanes, what a fleet should be composed of regarding size and mix. The studies about strategic planning in maritime logistics back to 1950 by Bernhard and Laporte, Danzig and Fulkerson in 1954 first developed a model about full oil tanker design with different size of 6 ships. Then the other researchers studies various perspectives of long decision problem about maritime industry. The tactical planning decision in maritime is faced with medium-term contracts. The main problem is routing and schedule, the actors which are related to maritime. The first research review had done by Ronan in 1983 in ship routing and schedule problems. After the decade later, Ronan in 1993 and the Christiansen in 2004 made overall review which both were focused on ship routing and schedule problem in maritime industry. Fish and Coaster in 2003 2003 study decision problem based on container terminals. Krennic and Kim in 2007 analyzed the logistic operation of the land side of port terminal. Brown and so forth are some of the important researchers study in statistical planning decision problem in maritime logistics. During the day, port managers should take several important operational decisions. The maritime environment is dynamic and full of certainty. The operational decisions should be given very fast and they have very short-term impact. The most important problems faced by planners are the speed selection, ship loading and unloading, environmental routing problems. One important decision for maritime logistics is to select the best partner. It's like freight forwarders, agents, shippers, etc. in order to exchange resources or execute different acts in order the size common benefits, trust, service quality, payment guarantee are the most cited criteria that rise to out this selection problem.
So that's all it. If there are questions or suggestions and criticism, please write in the comment. Thank you.